see if there is sound. Check, check, check. Let's see if there is. Okay, there is. So good morning to everyone. Um, let's do our usual daily Bitcoin analysis. Well, daily hasn't changed much. We are starting to see some green, like Heiken Ashi turning green, which is bullish, and also the momentum is looking like we're going up the next few days. I don't like this weekly, as I said yesterday. It looks bearish. We don't know what will happen, so we have to check. We have to wait and see. I'm not going in any very big long positions, like only some small scalps, because this EOX, I don't like how it looks. Oh, 4 hour we might have some more upside. On the 3 hour I think also the money flow is increasing here, going up. Momentum is going up also, so maybe we have some upside, 21k at least, most probably. But I'll not be also surprised if we get rejected at some point here. That's why we have to be careful. So 1 hour, it looks like it's going to turn over, but we should wait for it because there might be continuation on this wave to the upside. So I would really wait for it. Yes, on the 45 minute it seems that we are getting rejected here and we are turning down, but yeah, let's wait more for it. 30 minute, yeah, it looks like we are going down right now. How much down, we'll see, I don't know. We have some divergence here in the momentum, so that was good area to short, but it was during the night, and we cannot catch every move. Now on the 3 minute there might be some small upside, so I would really catch some small scalps here. So we are again at 20k. So this level has been going for multiple tests, up down, then again we broke during the night. Now we're testing it again. Let's see what we do. I mean, I said yesterday the price action was very confusing, and it is really remains like this for me. So we went to 19.5, and then immediately some people longed, and we went into the range again without breaking the range. So yeah, probably we're going higher to 21 or 22k. We're above the pivot right now, so I want to see, do we break this pivot or not. If we don't break it, we are going, I think, up to maybe 20.5. Okay. Yeah, we're just coming out of this channel, so maybe we have some upside here. I think we may have some upside. Let's see Google Trends. Also, I may put some array. Think like that. Let's make it red. And well, this ray is clearly showing that we were kissing this trend line, and now we broke. So let's see what happens. Also, we have some trend line here. If we take it like that, . I want to touch as much price as possible. Yeah, I think this works. So let's see. You can see we had clearly a channel to the upside, then we broke through, and then we had a channel to the downside. Now what's going to be? Again, break to the upside? We'll see. So this Bitcoin interest is starting to move to the upside, which I think is a little bit bearish, but the price is not following bearish, which is interesting. So interest increasing with no downside action. I'll continue to monitor this one. It's very interesting. Yeah, that's it from me. I'll have some breakfast and I'll play Inspo Crypto. It's on chain analysis. Usually I do this every day if he has some.
Hello folks, and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspo Crypto. Well, what should I say? The narrative of a strong labor market is pushing the US dollar, and of course at the same time making the whole situation related to Bitcoin but also equities a big challenge at the moment. We will see how far they want to push the price down. In my opinion, I was expecting a bounce on SPY at 390, something that happens, but as you see, the sell pressure maintains intact, and while DXY it retraced a little bit, but it's still resisting. So while Bitcoin is once again retesting that area, in my opinion, we should go down again to 19.7 and to retest that area before we can go up again. And of course we need to be very careful because the whole situation looks still very, very sensitive. So, however, I still think we will go up. I don't think, I mean, as mentioned just a few days ago, is it possible to retest our current bottom of 18? Yes, it is. Is it possible to make new lows? In my opinion, no. And you guys know, I was very bearish all the time, but at the same time, I can imagine we can go down, not today, but in the next few weeks. September, you will remember. So that's the first September day. I have also mentioned many times that I would expect that the first 2 weeks, maybe even the first 3 weeks, potentially to be green, but afterwards it would flip again. But I don't have a crystal ball. So the only thing we can do is check blockchain metrics, check some different market assets, and make our own conclusions. And that's what we are going to do now. And we will start with the weights ratio 1 day time frame. Something that doesn't look that great, but not critical. We need to see what's going to happen next. As you see, we are at 66 at the moment. So it lifted up, also illustrated here, not yet completely in my opinion, but it's the first step. The question is, are we going to go much higher, indicating that weights are sending more Bitcoins to centralized exchanges? I don't know. I really don't know. That's something we need to see, to be honest. Usually when that happens, usually afterwards the weights ratio should decline again, but it's too early to say that. Also depends if we are detecting any kind of big inflow activity to centralized exchanges, to spot exchanges. Let us go forward. I mean, I just had to refresh here my chart. Well, I don't know what happened here, but we have a gap related to stablecoin supply. That's something that's coming from CryptoPunk. I don't really know why that's happening. However, we can see what happened. I mean, they let the price go up again, and afterwards just to distribute even more. Not big. I still think that they are still in preparation. That's how it feels like. I mean, weights ratio high, the daily one. Even that here I have mentioned 92 was very high, and even the Bitcoin reserves on spot exchanges is lifting up. Not huge. We are not talking about 20, 30, 40,000. We are talking about almost 8,000 Bitcoins. But that could have a bigger impact because we know they use different ways to dump the market. So they are using, for example, also the opportunity via OTC, futures, spot directly on centralized exchanges, and so on and so forth. So we need to see what's going to happen here. The stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges is lifting up, but it's not really big. We are talking about in 4 days almost 200 millions. Of course, I mean, the thing is, it's not indicating us these guys are going to buy Bitcoin with 200 millions, you know? It's just indicating us that they are going maybe to buy assets for 200 millions. The weight ratio 30 hours moving average declined again, so usually it should then play out. Maybe it takes a little bit, but in my opinion, 19.5 should be it for today. And then we need to see. Afterwards, we should go up, like I have mentioned different times in my analysis recently, that we have a top at 20,400. And it seems that's what, at least in my expectations, should happen next. Retest that area 20,400, and then we need to see. We know that we received a lot of bearish option tradings, bear call and bear put spreads, and so on and so forth. So we need to see. However, that doesn't look that great at the moment, but also not looking like these guys are right now just preparing short term, at least, the next big leg down. At least I wouldn't expect that today. We need to check what's going to happen tomorrow, but that's what I expect at the moment. So let us go forward. So let us see what's happening here. As mentioned, let us disable stablecoins and check here. So as you see, the price is declining while we are receiving bigger inflows, but also here 4,400 Bitcoins outflow. So indicating, you know, I mean, we had here 6,300. Here it was almost 8,000 Bitcoins outflows. It was here even also 8,000. And if we check here, that was 5,500. Yeah, so in 3 hours, even 6,000 Bitcoins. So someone is also at the same time withdrawing big volume in Bitcoins, but someone is selling. That's also a fact. So in the last few hours, the Bitcoin inflows declined, but for example, 8 hours ago, we received 2,200 Bitcoins. And yesterday, after the big outflow here, we received here almost 5,000, 6,000 Bitcoins. Here, another, in 3 hours, 3,400 Bitcoins. If we check here, almost the same, 200, 400, almost 3,000 Bitcoins. So you see that big inflows are coming, but at the same outflows. It's the big question if everything is playing out already. I mean, the volume, aggregated volume lifted up, now it's declining again. We need to see. If we check stablecoin inflows, for example, we see we are seeing much more outflows than inflows. So the big stablecoin inflow to absorb big amounts of Bitcoins are not coming in yet. So also something we need to see what's going to happen here, right? So yeah, let us go forward. So let us see what's happening here. I mean, we can also see here, for example, that funding rate lifted up, indicating in the last few days that they are just demanding more longs. Now they are demanding more shorts, and that's why the funding rate is declining. At the same time, we see open interest declined and lifted up again while the funding rate is declining. So does that mean people are demanding more shorts now? We will see. Leverage ratio declined and also lifted up. So open interest and leverage ratio both at the same time lifting up, meaning that high leverage shorts or longs, we need to see, but it seems they are demanding at least more shorts at the moment, are just here playing out. If we check here, stablecoin 130 millions, but nothing big, so really nothing big. At the same time, and that's big, 4,800 Bitcoins inflow. So in the last 3 hours on derivative exchanges, we have received 7,000 Bitcoins. That's a lot. The question is for what? Are they also demanding shorts or are they maybe demanding longs? That's something we can't see. We just have the aggregated funding rate. It's really difficult to figure out if those here are really demanding more longs or more shorts at the moment. Let us take, because if we want to figure out if they are demanding more longs or shorts, usually these guys are placing their futures on Binance, dual liquidity. So Bitfinex, Binance, but mainly Binance. Let us go forward and check here, for example. Also something we need to be extremely careful, something I really don't like to see, is that here. You see in yellow, we have here the open interest on Binance, and the purple line is the estimated leverage ratio. Both are lifting up, while, and that's only Binance here, we can see here that the leverage ratio, that the funding rate is lifting up. So it seems someone is, at least on Binance, keep demanding more longs than shorts. So after it declined, now the funding rate on Binance is lifting up while open interest.
I want to see the entities. This is the liquidation map.
It seems they declined a lot in shorts. That would maybe also explain why we had 35 millions in volume. However, we have here a liquidation cluster, we have here liquidation cluster, and on the long side here, and of course here. So if we take a look, that means between 18.5 and 18, 75, 17.5 and 17, and here 21 to 21.500.
Might be possible that they go for this liquidation note 21k. Very probable.
So to go are those here indicating buying 17k and selling 18k 7 and September. They will, yeah, at a certain moment we will nuke, we will go then directly down, but after that or before, they will check out, they will go up, they will go down, they will accumulate more late longs and then fire. That's what they always did, and I think it's going to happen again. BD, for example, when they start to lift up and they start to distribute, it falls below the bottom before they started to accumulate. So here, if for example the CBD goes even more to the downside, that means they are distributing, they are selling more, much more, and that's for me just a signal of pure distribution. So we need to see what's happening here, but at the moment that was a quick I buy and start to sell again to make money. It looks like quick profit. Jobs are attractive. I mean, then look, the economy is extremely strong. Some declining their balances as for
Yeah, I want
further,
to see the entities,
and we check
really.
what our different entities are doing. We can see here, well, it seems that that retailers are stabilizing. So at the moment they are not buying big. These guys, shrimps as well. These guys, wow, look, they are buying. It's at least their balances are rising. These guys are not doing nothing yet, and the market maker is declining their balances as forecasted. So also here it's going to be very interesting because, you know, if you check, they are making higher lows and higher highs. I mean, something that I doubt that everything in the world could have an explanation based on TA. But however, in case they maintain this pattern, they did here a low of 4,920,000 bitcoins and balances. Then they lifted up, then they distributed again, it seems, and then they did the new low of 4,930. So just to make a little summary, 4.92 before, now the last one was 493, and right now it's at 494. So if they are really rising their balances slowly, it means we should bounce here from here again up. However, it doesn't have a bullish price action, as you see. So while they are lifting up, the price is dumping. So it doesn't mean that these guys have started to accumulate. It's still too difficult to say that and too early. But that here, these higher lows could be an indication that these guys will decline a little bit more and then go up more. So indicating that's a slowly accumulation. Also could indicate that what they are doing can take more weeks and even months. So crypto winter, it's going to be a long one maybe. So just to mention that, let us take a look what these guys are doing. And yeah, fourth, you know, they reinforce still here like a double here. Look that same big. The third time we retraced that area and we failed. That's another one. Doesn't mean we can't go down again like a dead cat bounce and retest that area again. But at the moment, looks like we are going to create another diagonal trend line. So we need to wait what's going to happen. It should go back to that here above. We will retest the 20k because that's the main POC at the moment here. We have another POC here. You can't see that right now. I need to zoom out a little bit, then we will see that. But, and that's the red line, you know, and that's what happened. We maintain here, whoa, and then we went up, and then we went down even more. So that area here is the area that's going to tell us if they want to push more up or down. But at the moment, we are still in that trade range here. So failed, and here 2 times, and now Bitcoin is reacting. Now finally Bitcoin is reacting to the upside. We need to see it. As mentioned, we need to go above. Usually it should go down again, then a little bit more up, then down, then up, and so on and so forth. Retest that area, and then we need to see what's going to happen here. For tomorrow, it's clear. If the unemployment rate maintains like forecasted, or it goes down, we will go down afterwards again. I would expect such kind of move like that here, and then we need to see if 19.5 is going to hold or not. That's really going to be a big challenge tomorrow. So yeah, that's what I have for you today. I think we are still on track. Not saying that we are done here. I'm just saying it's possible, even if we go up, that we retest. 19.5 is our key level at the moment. 20,500, between 400 and 500 is key level at the moment. So at the moment we are still in that right range, and in my opinion we are not ready to make a big step to the upside or to the downside. To the upside more possible because of the equities, but tomorrow is going to be a really big challenge because of the unemployment rate. In my opinion, midterm elections are at the same time controlling a little bit the narrative. The narrative is look away, economy is strong because labor market is strong, just check the quantity, don't check the quality. And that's the new narrative. And this new narrative is going to work well after the midterm election, because then, at least then, the whole strong economic performance will have an impact also to the unemployment rate. I mean, big companies are mentioning and announcing to reduce their staff. It's a matter of time. And yes, it's a coincidence that it correlates very well to the midterms elections in the US. So for me, the whole another narrative is just a fake. It's just a fake. Pivot was a fake. Strong market because, or strong economy because of the strong labor market. It's a fake. All this is a fake. We are in a very bad situation. It's not going to change from one day to another. It's not going to change. Only fake narratives can push the price up. At the moment, it's just, unfortunately, just push the US dollar up compared to the euro. But yeah, it is what it is. So I would expect at the moment to have such kind of, make such kind of move next. So I mean, now it looks very strong. It's reacting because maybe of this triple bottom, but in my opinion, go up, down, and so on and so forth, and then break and then down. Something like we had just before. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I would say big love, your inspo. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Alright, yeah, very much so. We are again at the 20k, and it seems to me that they want to push up maybe a little bit up to this 20.4 or 20.6, who knows. That's from me. Have a nice day going forward. Just one look. Yeah, it's actually bearish on the 1 hour, 45 minute as well. But I want to wait. Let's see, maybe I'll have a short here. Let's see, this waves goes up a little bit more. Let's see this indicator. So this is suggesting, yeah, it's bearish, like going down. Have a little divergence on the 30 minute. So probably I can place a small short here. Yeah, that's it from me. Goodbye.